and allow oneself to be seen if that feels appropriate for you. And we've got somebody, hi from sunny Essex. Vidyamala, is your 5Bs Sangha session available to watch, as I missed it, unfortunately? So I do believe Shannon's got the link for that, because it is available to watch here. So we'll put the link in, and then you can watch that later if you want to. That was a session I did just, when was it? Sunday evening for another organisation. I really enjoyed it, actually. So I gave a sort of talk on breathing, and then I led a practice, and then we had some discussion on these 5 areas, 5Bs of the buttocks, the belly, the back of the throat, and the brain. So you can watch that. So Shannon will put the link in the chat box. But it's quite full on at the beginning of these sessions for the tech person. They're sort of setting up lots of different things. So she'll do that at the end. Lovely to see so many familiar faces. And if there's anyone here for the first time, then a special welcome to you. And all you need to do is just follow along as best you can. You don't need to remember anything. You don't need to do anything. This is indeed a space to breathe for all of us. And then someone saying, is there a recording of the exercise program with the physio, please? If I have no idea what that's referring to.
Could that be the talk you did with Amelia Watts? Was it Amelia Watts?
Oh, maybe. Yes, probably. So that's sitting on, where is that sitting, Shannon?
Community practice. I can try and find the link for that as well.
Yeah, so she'll try and find the link for that. It was really brilliant. Yeah. And then Lorraine, hello from Northern Ontario, Canada. Sunny and cold now, but freezing rain and snow coming tonight. Oh my goodness. You're very hardcore in Northern Ontario and Canada. We've got, it's this very special time of year in England where nature is just exploding now. It's been kind of just waiting for a little while, and now it's going so everything's bursting into flower and all the leaves are coming out, and I'm just praying we don't get a heavy frost to destroy the magnolia, which seems to happen every year. I think they're going to be all right this year, maybe. Good. Now, the other thing, I do believe this might be just about our 3-year anniversary of Space to Breathe. I think we started it just about now, 3 years ago, which is absolutely amazing, isn't it? And we started it in response to the lockdown. So we went into lockdown, I think, on the 23rd of March, 2020 in this country. And really very quickly, we felt we just wanted to offer something to all of us locked up in our homes, feeling isolated and afraid. It was such a scary time, wasn't it? And who would have thought, 3 years on, we've just had one sort of challenge after another as a species, haven't we? Climate change, war in Ukraine and other wars, of course, cost of living crises, economic uncertainty. COVID is still with us, of course. It's just become something that we've all learned to, well, it's in our species now, which is quite a scary thought as well. It's just another one of those things we have to learn to manage. So it's been a very significant thing in my life to do these sessions, just to say that. I really love it. I always look forward to coming, and it's quite a highlight of my week, actually, coming together with whoever turns up for this half hour of practice together, and the strong sense of community that's built over that time, where we're all coming not only to practice, but I imagine also to have this sense of connection with one another. So we plan to just keep it going as long as we can, and obviously I don't lead it every single week because sometimes I'm away, but we have little team of us that share it, and it's been a wonderful thing for Breathworks to have the sort of unexpected delight of a half-hour meditation session with whoever turns up. We'd never done that before. So again, it was moving into this new online world and realizing the opportunities that come with this kind of online world. Good. So I think we'll begin now. So yeah, tonight I thought what we would do is an open heart practice. So I really love this practice, and what we're doing is we're learning how to be with our experience in a more fluid and open and receptive way. So normally what we do as humans is if there's something painful, we just push it away. We immediately shut down, contract, resist, and push it away. So we kind of make it something solid through our aversion. If something pleasant comes along, we think, oh, good, I want more of that. And again, we make it something solid through our grasping, and we grab hold of it and we sort of crush it. We crush the pleasure out of it through our wanting it to last as long as possible. I'm sure many of us have had that experience. I mean, the classic one is you've got a box of chocolates that you're sharing with other people, and you all pick a chocolate, but you really like a particular chocolate, and before you've even had your first chocolate, you're already worrying about the fact that somebody else might choose your favorite one for their chocolate, and you won't be able to get your second chocolate. So all this desire for the second chocolate means you don't enjoy the first chocolate. Sure, we've all had that experience. Wouldn't it be great if you can just enjoy the first chocolate, and then if you want a second chocolate, you have a second chocolate, and if your favorite one's not there anymore, you just enjoy what's there. But this goes right back to the teaching of the Buddha, that he discovered through his own sort of inquiry into his mind that these twin responses of, oh, I don't want that, aversion, and oh, I want more of that, grasping, those twin responses is what keeps us in a state of stress or even distress. And it's a great gift if we can learn to just be with whatever arrives in the moment, with a fluid and open and kindly perspective. So we let everything in, we enjoy that which is pleasurable, we learn to be with that which is unpleasant with a kind of graceful attitude, and we let everything flow through the moments. So rather than having this kind of staccato response to life, we have a much more fluid and open, graceful response to life. So in the practice tonight, we'll go into our body first of all. I'll guide us into our bodies, and then we'll check in. Is there anything unpleasant that we're tending to resist and push away? And we'll welcome that in as best we can with a kindly attitude. If there's anything pleasant, we'll let that into awareness. We'll enjoy it without grasping. And then we'll release into a broad and open awareness, and we'll just let everything arise and pass in this field of presence and field of warmth and love. Okay, so that's what we're doing in the practice tonight. And I've got a really gorgeous poem from T.S. Eliot that suggests the kind of thing we're going to be practicing this evening. So we'll settle in, then I'll read the poem, and then we'll go into the practice. Okay, so the first thing to do is to choose what position you want to do the practice in. You can do it sitting upright, you can do it lying down, you can do it standing, whatever is going to be most comfortable for you tonight. But see if you can choose a position that will support alertness as best you can. And then once you've chosen your position, allowing your weight to settle down into that position. Having a sense of the body yielding and resting into the chair or the bed or the floor, whatever it is that is supporting us. If you want to, you could take a deeper in-breath. And on the out-breath, release and let go a little bit more. Then let the next in-breath flow back in its own time. So you could do that a few times if you would like to. And with each out-breath, have this sense of arriving and settling and yielding, letting go of the day or letting go of whatever's coming next, and being present here and now. And now let's allow our breathing to find its own natural rhythm. Opening quality on the in-breath and this yielding, releasing, settling quality with each out-breath. And here's the poem. At the still point of the turning world, neither flesh nor fleshless, neither from nor towards, at the still point, there the dance is, but neither arrest nor movement, and do not call it fixity, where past and future are gathered. Neither movement from nor towards, neither ascent nor decline, except for the point, the still point. There would be no dance, and there is only the dance. So let's allow our awareness to pour down out of the head and to fill the body, and to pour all the way down inside the legs and the feet, first of all. Many of us spend a lot of the time in our heads, as it were, or our awareness can seem to be located in the head. But let's allow awareness to pour down through the body to fill the legs and the feet. And seeing if we can do this experientially rather than thinking about it as an idea. So feeling temperature, sensation, contact with the floor, the bed, in the legs and the feet. Maybe there's buzzing or tingling, or maybe there's dullness, maybe there's burning, coolness. Seeing if we can allow the experience of the legs and the feet into awareness. Neither pushing away anything that's unpleasant nor chasing after anything that's pleasant, but allowing everything to flow through the moments in the legs and the feet. Come to the buttocks, resting on the chair or the bed. Yielding, settling, soft. Feeling inside sensation, temperature or energy or dullness or numbness. Whatever's showing up inside the buttocks. letting it into awareness and letting it pour through awareness. Without aversion and without grasping. Coming into the lower back now. Allowing awareness to feel the lower back, the length and the breadth. If there's discomfort, as there is for many of us, acknowledging this with tenderness, with kindliness towards ourselves. Softening the automatic contracting and hardening and resistance that so often arises. Or maybe there's pleasant sensations in the lower back. We enjoy these and we let them go. We enjoy them, we let them go. Free of grasping. And allowing our awareness to pour up the spine through the middle back and to feel the upper back. So we're aware of the whole back of the body. Resting inside, breathing in the whole back of the body. Opening phase on the in-breath, subsiding phase on the out-breath. Receiving experience into a kindly, aware space within us, and then letting go of experience. It comes in, it flows out, it comes in, it flows out. And we're open to everything in the whole back of the body. And now allowing our awareness to feel the belly in the front of the body. The area between the pelvis at the bottom and the ribs at the top. Resting inside, breathing, an opening phase on the in-breath, subsiding on the out-breath. There's no need to force or change your breathing. And what other sensations can you feel in the whole belly, the whole abdomen? Maybe inside in the organs, or maybe on the surface. If you notice resistance or hardening around anything uncomfortable or painful, in the light of awareness, we can soften around the resistance. Maybe breathing can help to soothe the hard edges. If there's anything pleasant, we enjoy it and we let it go, and we enjoy it and we let it go. And now allowing our awareness to flow up into the chest area, the ribs and the lungs and the heart and the breastbone will be massaged by breathing. Opening on the in-breath and in yielding, releasing, softening back into gravity with the out-breath. And being aware of the whole torso altogether, the front, the back, the sides, the inside, the surface. Just resting with the fluid and changing nature of experience, the arising and passing, arising and passing. Some of it pleasant, some of it unpleasant, some of it dull or neutral or numb. And now coming into the shoulders on either side of the torso and allowing our awareness to pour through the shoulders to fill the arms and the wrists and the hands and the fingers and the thumbs. And allowing the hands to be supported either on the body somewhere or at the sides of the body if we're lying down, and we prefer that. If we're standing, having them hanging lightly at the side of the body. So we don't need to hold on to the arms with any effort. They can fall out of the shoulders into gravity. Again, how is awareness showing up in the arms? Maybe there's sensations, maybe there's temperature, maybe there's energy, buzzing or tingling. Maybe there's dullness or numbness. But being as vividly present as we can to the arising and passing of experience in the arms and the hands. Now coming back up through the arms, through the shoulders, and let's allow the neck and the head to be full of awareness. If we're sitting, checking the angle of the head, seeing if we can let it be poised on the top of the neck, release through the base of the skull, and yet openness in the throat. Chin tucked in just a little bit. If we're lying down, letting the head be fully supported by the pillow, the cushion beneath it, yielding and releasing. And now let's broaden to be aware of the whole body. All this experience we label body as if it's a static thing. As we rest inside, we realize what we label body is a whole flow of experience. Nothing static. It's the arising and passing of breathing, the in-breath, the out-breath in the whole body. The arising and passing of sensation. Some of it painful perhaps, some of it pleasant perhaps, some of it dull, numb, boring perhaps. Practicing receiving everything into awareness without automatically contracting against the unpleasant, solidifying it with our awareness, shutting down, or chasing after the pleasant, solidifying it with awareness and shutting it down. We allow everything into awareness and we allow everything to flow through the moments. Every moment, a whole new range of experience. And let's tune into our emotional weather, how we're feeling right now. And seeing if we can have a similar attitude, being tender around anything painful or unpleasant, enjoying anything pleasant without grasping, being awake to everything as it flows through the moments. So resting here with this broad, open, receptive quality of awareness. We're softening reactivity and we're resting in presence and resting in flow. And seeing if we can have a warm and loving attitude to how we receive experience. Every time you wander off, when you notice you've wandered, you're having your moment of mindfulness, and you can choose to invite awareness back inside the body, inside this great field of awareness, and to allow everything to arise and pass, arise and pass. This non-reactive, receptive, kindly awareness. And now we're going to begin to bring this practice to a close. So first of all, let's just bring a tiny bit of movement into the body. Fingers and toes maybe, whatever's comfortable. We're just rocking a little bit from side to side. And seeing if we can keep this fluid, receptive awareness going, noticing any tendency to immediately start gripping, closing down in the body, heart, mind. And then when you're ready, opening the eyes, if you've had them closed, and coming into bigger movements, keeping this fluid awareness. Good. Just go back to gallery view. There you all are. Lovely, lovely. Just coming out of it gently. Good. So for those of you who are here for the first time, I always stay on for a bit and people share a little bit about what they experienced in the chat, and I always read it out because we have people here for whom engaging with the chat box is impossible or difficult. I want everyone to be included. Before we go on to that, Shannon's very kindly posted a few links in the chat box. So the most important one is the donation button. We are reliant on donations to keep our community of practice going, which is this amazing facility we have. Lots of groups, lots of courses, lots of forums, and this Space to Breathe is part of our community of practice. So there's a donation button there. No amount too great or too small, of course. And then there's also a couple of additional links. I did a session on Sunday on whole body breathing. So you can watch that if you would like to. And then I've got a course that starts next Monday. It's a 4-week video course about managing pain and illness. But it's very like what we do at Breathworks, but it's including more Buddhism. So if anyone's interested in the Buddhist roots, like what's the kind of like the Buddha was a great contemplative master, and then he taught different ways of working with the mind, and we've included a lot of those at Breathworks, but this is a bit more explicitly Buddhist for anyone who's interested. So that's also there as one of the web links. Freedom from Struggle starts on Monday. So this week's your last chance to book. Good. So yes, if anybody wants to write anything in the chat box about what you noticed in that practice, that's very interesting for the rest of us to hear.
Can I just ask Vidyamala, do you usually stop the stream at this point, or Shannon?
Shannon. I don't know what Ollie usually does, to be honest. It's probably a good idea to stop the stream, maybe, because people will be sharing. Yeah, I'm afraid I've been doing this for 3 years and I've never